I know you guys, so I don't really need to introduce myself, but I was a CPA when I started real estate and I started it on the side with my accounting job and had no idea. I mean, honestly, my company just had a program where it would pay for continuing education if it was towards some kind of certification. And so it didn't matter what it was. I was like, ADP will pay for this if I get some kind of certification at the end. So they paid for me to get my real estate license while I was
Wow.
doing accounting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And and then my clients were people I worked with. So I actually yesterday just closed again on the third time with somebody that I worked with from that company. And so that's where my client base started. I've always been a bit of an introvert, but I'm from here, from Austin. So I knew a lot of people and I was like, okay, I know some people from high school, I know some people from the gym, I know some people from work. And really, that's how my business started, grew, and that's where most of my business still comes from. And so I just wanted to share how that process happened. It wasn't a super fast process, number one, because I had a full-time job and I wasn't focused on it at that time. I was married to my ex-husband and it was just fun money, vacation money, whatever. But then a few years later, we got divorced, and I was like, oh crap, do I really want to do the accounting thing, or do I want to do this real estate thing and really turn it into like a real thing where it pays my bills? So I'm thankful that I've been on this journey since then. But yeah, and then I connected at my previous brokerage with the beautiful Jamie Winkley, and she is the extrovert to my introvert and helps me do in-person peopling. But she had a similar story. Tell us about how you started in real estate.
Yeah, so I mean, similar in the way that, I originally got my license in '07. I was so into real estate, always have been, and did it for a couple years, and it was actually going pretty well. But both my kids were going to be in school. And the receptionist job came up for their school. So I was like, okay, I'm going to throw my hat in that ring. And if that's what I get, that's what I need to do. So for 13 years, I stayed in Leander ISD, teaching all the things and, got my bachelor's during that time. And just real estate was always there, but it was like, okay, I'll do this whenever my time is mine again. And so in 2019, got my license renewed and did it, two full-time jobs, right? Teaching and real estate, and very similar in the way that, I'm never moved more than about 10 minutes from where I grew up. And so I had just such a network of family and friends and, people through, Richie's job and everything he had done in networking. And honestly, just started putting it out there to anyone and everyone and knew I wanted to make that transition.
So yeah, what was your goal?
Yeah, so my original goal was I will save up my teacher's salary for 1 year and that will be my like, all right, go full time. And got to do that in about 3 to 6 months. And so then I actually stayed on an extra year because I just couldn't leave that quickly. But then COVID happened, right? So COVID teaching was not fun. So blessed and so appreciative to have been able to step away at that time instead of, having to continue into the COVID years. But, still, I would say a majority of my business is definitely still referral based, if not, 90%. But, I love working with the people I know and then the people who introduce me to the people they know, because we do a good job and because it's personal to us and not just a transaction and a paycheck. I really feel like building your business in that personal way is how to truly keep your business going through these fun times.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I'll go ahead and share my screen. And can you guys see that?
Mhm.
All right. All right. So it wasn't until a few years later that I actually put a system to it. I got exposed to Brian Buffini. And so that's really how I started to systematize keeping in touch with my people. And it
Mhm.
works. I mean, he's like, if you spend an hour a day doing this marketing and the rest of the day doing other stuff, your business will grow. And it just depends on our goals and how fast we want it to grow. And I do believe in more than one legs to the stool to kind of diversify.
Mhm.
But it really is one of the lowest hanging fruit things you can do. You already have some built-in rapport and trust with these people, so it cuts out some of that like lead conversion time and credibility and, convincing strangers that you're trustworthy. So I really, I mean, and whether it's warranted or not, like my first transactions, I had no idea what I was doing. I was at a brokerage that didn't really teach me anything. So I kind of had to learn the hard way how to do real estate. But these leads are already kind of a few steps ahead.
Mhm.
And it does grow and harvest as you keep in touch with them. So a lot of times they don't maybe refer you business for a long time and they don't share your posts, but eventually when they're in conversation with someone or when the time is right, they will call you. These people that just reached out to me, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to them in 10 years. But I think also social media is another way to help. We'll touch on that a little bit, but yeah. And then once you're ready to buy and sell again, if your stuff is handy, great, they'll probably call you. If they haven't heard from you in 5, 7, 10 years and they don't have a card or anything, they're not probably going to dig very far because there's so many realtors.
Mhm.
They probably know someone else that's a realtor. So keeping in touch can be really powerful. And then I'll kind of talk about how I put it in the calendar, automate some of it. I know myself and I know I can sit there and have fun craft night and make these beautiful pot buys, but am I
Mhm.
going to drive around to all parts of the town with my current schedule? Probably not. So there are ways that I've found to make it a little bit easier. But the first step is just brain dumping all these people. And this is a constantly changing thing. Every year when kids are in different classes or in different sports and you meet different people, these are people that could really be your clients in the future. You're hanging out with them a lot in this period of your life, or if your siblings or parents or spouse has different circles of people. Um, this more ideas thing. I think I shared my whole screen, but it's
Mhm.
really to brainstorm. Can you guys see this? Feed your database. It's really just like sitting down for 20 minutes and exporting the people in your phone or thinking about all these different groups and these different types of people. And we know more people than we think.
Mhm.
At first, I was just marketing to my past clients. And then after a bunch of years, I was like, man, I've gotten referrals from a couple of these people, but not share slideshow, sorry. But a lot of them I hadn't, and it had been years and years. And I was like, these people that are referring me business are people that have never worked with me in a lot of cases. They just know me or know of me. And so I was like, man, I have to pay attention and make sure I'm appreciating and loving on the right people. So it is a good exercise to go back in your business and see where it really comes from. But step one, brain dump all of these people you know, and bonus points for people that interact with a lot of people during the day, like receptionists or gym trainers or hairdressers or,
Mhm.
even medical doctors and dentists. And I don't know who else. Did you guys do this when you were new in real estate?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things they had us do at my brokerage in 2006. But again, I didn't get any guidance from them. But that was like the first thing they said. Okay, fill this
Hmm.
list out. But it
Yeah.
was my hometown too, like what y'all are talking about. So it wasn't too
Mhm.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah. It's powerful. And then I didn't have this much detail in the people. I really just had the VIPs are the people that sent me referrals. Either I've transacted with them recently or they've sent me a referral in the last year or two. And I want to make sure that those people are loved on well. Other people, it depends on the item I sent. Like if it was inexpensive or an invitation, they absolutely got it. But sometimes I would even do like scratch off tickets and I would send my VIPs a
Mhm.
$5 ticket and the rest of my people a $1 scratch off. And so
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
can, send nicer stuff to the people that are super valuable to your VIP list. And then technology, like these reminders are so good. I would not remember to do this and do birthdays and everything if I didn't have them in my CRM and I have my VAs now send me a list of the birthdays for the following month. But you can use Facebook, you can use so many different types of tech. And then
Mhm.
you can, send them a thanks.io card, send them a little Amazon candle. You can do stuff that takes 5 minutes and you don't have to drive it actually to their house. Or even just shooting a text to keep in touch and to say happy home anniversary or whatever it is. But
Mhm.
set the reminders because you will get busy, hopefully. And yeah, it helps to automate as much as you can. And then, yeah, once you have the people, you can go to the tax records and look for your address. You can go to Facebook and look at their birthday and their kids' names and whatever. And there are also companies that'll go dive and try to complete this information. And I've heard 4 cents a record, but it is good to have your database as complete as possible. Um, and yeah, you can even just send a quick message, let them know what you're doing, that you'd like to keep in touch, and ask for their stuff. What do you guys think? Any tips on this? Okay,
No, I think it's a great idea, all that. So, yeah.
awesome. And then what do you do with these people? So I am in the process of setting all of my sphere on a quarterly thing where I will text or call or reach out quarterly with a personal note. The holidays are a good time. Thankful for you guys. I was just thinking about you. Like summers are a good time. You can ask if they have any plans, if they're in that kid summer vacation mode, whatever. But handwritten notes work well. I had a previous broker, and that's how he grew his whole business on these really cheap Walmart postcard or just blank cards. And he would just send out personal handwritten notes. And I think once a quarter, he sent out a market update based on where they lived. But he grew a huge, very profitable business and then brokerage. And that's what he did for marketing. So consistency is probably more important than actually what you do.
Sure.
And I need to remember that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just
Mhm.
needs to
Yeah.
happen. It's just so they think of you. They might throw it in the trash, but be like, oh, yeah, there's Jess. She's a realtor or whatever. And that's the whole point. And then the events, these are more scalable and they don't have to be big or perfect or elaborate. Like they can be an ice cream shop. We did that this year and we partnered with the backpack drive, or they can be I go to Costco and get pies and have a reverse pie party where I don't have to drive to everyone's house. They come to me. They just tell me what kind of pie they want. I go to Costco and get it, and they come by and say hi and pick up their pie. And so having the event is really mostly a reason to just invite them to something, say hi, let them know you appreciate them, and thank goodness most people don't come. Only the same no the same people that have time and want to come will come. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get 400 pies if I send this to my whole list of all these foods and everything. But that is never the case. It's
Yeah.
more a reason to touch base.
Hmm.
So you can invite people to coffee, send them a note or an e-report, or like people love the top whatever in Austin, like lists and stuff. So you can put that in an email newsletter or on a social media post or put a little printout of it in your note card, whatever you like looking at, they probably like looking at too. And title companies are really good at this and they're really good at helping you with it. And they do a lot of this for you. So, best places to hike or, college football schedules. I've gotten all of those from title companies and then just repurpose them and send them to
Mhm.
your people. And pop buys are small little gifts that you drop off at their house. And then I don't knock ever. I don't want to get shot. And yeah, it just lengthens the process. But if you're a people person and you like them and have that relationship, knock and have a conversation, and most people will be excited to see you. I take a picture of it at the door and go to my car and text them and say, hey, just dropped off a small appreciation gift. Hope you guys are doing well, and whatever personal message that you want to do.
Yeah.
And kids and husbands are also good ideas of how to pass out pop buys. And then you can also kind of categorize your people by parts of town so that when you're out west, you can hit two or three or four west people. And when you're, you know, down south, it makes it a lot easier. But Dollar Bin is great for like little pumpkin carvers. I've done baskets there. Nothing Bundt Cakes is a little pricier, but so cute with the bows and things. I did the cookie jar mix for Christmas one time, and it was a huge ordeal, but they were cute. Um, what have you guys done that was well received?
During 2020, I got a case of toilet paper and put a
Mm,
roll of toilet paper in a little goodie bag,
Mm-hmm.
That's
a little
awesome.
card that said, clients like yours, Rare's toilet paper, and
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
that was a big hit. Everybody loved that. I
mhm.
had people, my clients sharing it on Facebook, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super fun. I did pumpkins and a little contest on Facebook, so that was fun too. And then you can do a $500 voucher that they can transfer to people. I did these tiny little succulents on Amazon that were only a couple bucks each. And thanks for helping my business grow. And I got
Mhm.
a few shares on Facebook for that. The more my business grows, the more I like the mailable ones. So I did
Yeah.
these forget-me-nots once. I love the dollar scratch-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving. Oh, I like Girl Scout cookies too. I like supporting female entrepreneurs at the same time. And people always like Thin Mints and Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've done these football schedules and the scratch offs, and that is much more likely to actually happen and go out to everyone. And then like holiday cards, I'll just do everyone and my past
Yeah.
clients as well. And I don't make it
Mhm.
about business. I just say
Mhm.
holidays or Merry Christmas from us. So you can do it so many ways. I think the most important part, and ChatGPT is a great help when you're writing notes or thank you notes or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed last year when we did the letter from Santa.
yes,
So, we
that's
sent
so
out a Google form, give us your address, your kiddo's name, and I think it was something they want or something that just recently happened. And so, literally from that spreadsheet, was able to do a quick little mail sort, right? Where it just filled it all out. And then we printed them off, put little snow glitter in there, and it was super cute.
yeah, that was awesome. And again, you don't have to drive anywhere. You just mail them, and it's
Yes.
cute. This is a great book. I haven't read it in years, and it would be good to refresh, or even just ask ChatGPT for a summary of it. But Ninja
Mhm.
Salad is fantastic. Um, and these are some event ideas that
Mhm.
don't have to be expensive. The coffee and conversation, we can like partner with a lender and I think a CPA, and we just went to a new coffee shop that had popped up in the neighborhood and said, "Hey, we're new here. Swing by, ask us questions, and coffee's on us," or whatever. And it was, less than $100 for each of us that went in on it.
Mhm.
The Wrap and Wine holiday event's fun. Moms and mimosas after the first day of school drop off. Like we made it through the summer. Crawfish boils are always fun, but we've done a tailgate before, like
Mhm.
Texas versus Baylor type thing. And then community service is always good. I like to do coats for kids or have people bring something if they want. And it shows people that you care and you give back to your community.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think we've kind of talked about this. This is more for your VIPs, like noticing things in their life and sending a thinking about you gift. So it's like surprise and delight them. If they're going on vacation, hotels and cruise lines are so good at having something for them and they would be shocked if their realtor bought them a bottle of wine on their anniversary cruise or whatever.
Hmm.
So it's usually easier than you think, and it just makes people go, "Oh my gosh, wow, that was so thoughtful." Schedule it out. This is the Brian Buffini, How to Win the Day, Find an Accountability Partner. And then I feel like it's easier for us women than for guys sometimes, but these March Madness and fantasy football things are such a free, easy way to keep in touch with people. Um, and, it makes you think about them when you're watching the games, all of that. So I've enjoyed that the last few years. But there's lots of ideas. I can share these slides if you need ideas, but I really feel like now's the time. I do Excel spreadsheets because that's how my brain works. And I'm like, what am I going to do? An event, a mailer, a pop by, and what am I going to say? What's a reason to touch base? So now's the time to start thinking about 2026 and what you want to do each month, whether it's electronic or in the mail or a pop by or an event. Thanks.io is awesome because it only charges if they use the QR code if you send them a coffee for their birthday or whatever, and it looks handwritten-ish. Have you guys used it?
No, but I've used another one, but I'm going to do that one. That's the one thing I'm going to implement right away
Yeah,
because I like that idea of the node. So,
it's great. And you can, I mean, use it for lead gen too and different things
mhm.
so much. But yeah, it's just, I want to challenge everyone to be thinking like the people you appreciate and the people that are valuable to your life and your relationships. Like, how can I surprise and delight this person? Are they sick? Did their dog pass away? Whatever, can I send them a cute thing if they're going through something? Or we have insights into their lives now from social media sometimes. So what can we do that would be thoughtful and make them feel special? Um, this came from a talk from this realtor, and he was so good at this. He made it a culture in his team, and he would, ask people if they wowed anyone, if they got mentioned in the review online, because our job is actually to create raving fans that send us business. So
Mhm.
if you can do it quick, that's even better. Like if someone sends me a referral, I'm on Amazon sending them an Amazon gift card. I know it's not the cutest, whatever, but it's pretty immediate. It's like 10 minutes later, they get that. It's like they take action, they get the reward. So I want
Mhm.
that to go in their head, like, I
Yeah,
don't,
that's a good point.
and then I don't forget. But
I
yeah.
like the new client gift. Once they agree to work with you, that
Yes,
I'm going to start doing this year. I see it,
I
then I
love
forget about
that.
it, and I'm going to. That is big because I've always been big on closing gifts through the years, but
Mhm.
Mhm.
that's a different thing. This is perfect because you're building it from the upfront. So
It
every
did.
time I see this, I'm like, I need to do that. But no, I'm going to actually do that this year, which means I need to
Yeah,
send some out this week. So
Mhm.
yeah,
that. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I always liked the feeling of like those wine clubs and you have your membership and you feel like you're in
Oh
the
yeah.
local club and so I got Yeti cups and I was like, congratulations, like you're in our VIP group. You signed an agreement to work with us. Like you're, I don't know, you're in the whatever, like we appreciate you and we're gonna keep loving on you. So immediately, like you made a great decision. We're so excited. We can't wait to work together. I love that.
Mhm.
And then some resources to learn more, which I'm sure these are classics. All of you
Mhm.
guys have probably read or heard of these books, but anyway, that is kind of what I wanted to touch on for today. I think that and social media is really one of the quickest ways to business
Mhm. And
it-
open houses for sure.
and open houses. So we're going to do
Mhm.
all those things on these calls. And just FYI, the first Thursday of each month, assuming there's not a holiday, is going to be kind of lead gen, these things that we think are the quickest way to the next few closings in people's businesses. So feel free to invite anyone who might benefit from that. The second Thursday, side note, next Thursday, we're going to be at Inman's.
Mhm.
It'll be pushed out a week.
Yeah.
That's going to be for productive agents that are in the messy middle, feeling like they're just not able to grow and scale. We're going to talk about team stuff and automations and delegations and systems and all those fun things. And then the third Thursdays, assuming it's not a holiday. I feel like we're coming up on the holidays, so we're having
Mm-hmm.
We are.
that will be agent attraction, recruiting to your team, to your brokerage, those type of talks. So please help us get the word out, invite your people, and then the end of the call, we can kind of just chat and mastermind and talk about other ideas for future calls. What would be helpful? I want to,
Yeah. Well, and like
Yeah.
today, what would be one thing you want to take away and implement this month, this
hmm
week?
Yeah, we're at the very beginning of the month. There's so many cute ideas in October,
Q4.
November, December. Yes. What do you guys have on the agenda for Q4? Loving on your people.
I'm going to do the thanks I owe. I'm going to do that one immediately. And then
Mhm.
this week, send out the gifts for thanking them for letting me, list their home or
Awesome.
whatever. So whatever that starts this week. So it's
Yeah.
easy. I don't
Yeah.
have,
And it's
so.
just one thing.
Mhm.
The pumpkins are heavy and hard. I mean, I like them in some ways, but I'm doing the pie party for sure. I've been very consistent with that event and I love it. And it's pretty easy. I camp out there for 2 or 3 hours and people come by. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
get out a save the date for that.
Yeah.
Um, what else? I do holiday cards. I don't know about October. You can do cute little candy. Oh, and the Target dollar bins are fantastic.
Yeah.
If you're
One year for Halloween, I did a thing where I went to the dollar store and loaded up Halloween bags, Halloween little
Mhm.
baskets or whatever. And I gave it to all my clients that year. Now, unfortunately, all my clients are in a whole other town, so I can't really do all that, but I can start here or for
Mhm.
anybody I've been taught, even those that I haven't really hasn't transpired into something, but we've been see that's cute. But it's not. I made those gift bags were a hit, and they're nothing but the dollar stores load up on it. One of the
Mhm.
so
dollar
cute.
stores, my best friend.
I see
Those are
things and I
cute.
buy them and I
Yeah.
haven't used them. And I also bought one of these huge bows, you guys, like that they put on cars and stuff to like put on a
Oh,
door.
oh my gosh, I
Like,
love it.
congrats, here's your gift. Like, whatever. And if
It's a
there's a
great
deal
idea.
on candles, I'll get candles. These things are really cheap and pretty cute from,
Hmm.
I don't know where they're from, Hobby Lobby or something. And then these are dollar store. This is what I did one year.
Mhm.
Just did a card on these little carving things and
Mhm.
a pumpkin. And you could just do pumpkins for your VIPs or whatever.
Don't load
Mhm.
up on them after the holidays over. That way, they're already in your bag for next year or for next
Uh,
season. You have a stash.
Everyone that buys a home with me during the year, all my buyers get a little
Oh,
Hallmark ornament, happy home this year, whatever. My cousin paints pottery, so she made these cute Austin mugs. If it, I'm
oh,
That
relocating
is
to
cute.
Austin, and then I just print out stuff on sticker paper and put on like the Girl Scout cookies or whatever.
Mhm.
I have so much leftover stuff that I haven't sent out, you guys. I'm gonna.
That's so funny.
I also print the cards on sticker paper, and it's just easier than like punching a hole
Mhm.
and tying a ribbon and whatever.
Yeah.
So,
And another thing, if you're in an area that you don't have a big network, like maybe you had to move to a new area or you
me?
just need to get to
Yeah.
know people, like pick a high school, pick a middle school, pick the neighborhood that you really want to start working in. Be that open house agent, right? Where you just raise your hand and are willing to do it for other listings right now, but pick a nearby school. I've literally, and I did this at the high school I left, right? Whenever I quit being a teacher, the very next year, whenever it was back to school, teachers are the most, they appreciate a pack of gum. I mean, any
Hmm.
little thing to make them feel seen, they love. And so, you come up with a cute little saying like, I know, like, I'm just using gum because I did extra gum and I was like, you're extra special, whatever. And just literally called the secretary, how many teachers do you have? And this particular school, they let me put it in their box, right? Maybe you get to go to their big back to school day where they're all training and provide donuts, like whatever it is, but just picking things like that in the community to get your name out there more. and be that person. You do that 3 times a year for a high school. There's, 50 to 150 teachers moving in and out of the area, all the different things that, you can start building those little tribes.
And they talk to a lot of parents and stuff too.
Yes.
Another thing that I've heard, and it makes sense, is to send a closing gift to their employer, to their work. So they get it at work and they're like, oh, it's from my realtor.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
so everyone's like, oh, my realtor didn't do that or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And some people knock on the doors next to them to say, hey, you have new neighbors. I'm putting together a box for them. Let me know if you want to, whatever, welcome your new neighbors next door. What else was I thinking? I felt like I had one more tip to say, but no, that's a great idea, Jamie. Um, all right. Well, I'll let you guys know when I find it, but was that helpful? Do y'all have any questions?
Very. This was great. This is a great kickoff for this.
It's always good just to remind
love
myself of
Yeah.
like, okay,
Mhm.
let's do the marketing plan for next
It's
year.
a back to the basics thing, and it's simple stuff. It doesn't cost us. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're busy, we don't have a lot of extra money
And
to
it's
spend on
not last
things.
minute yet
Yeah.
right now.
No.
We can shop around. We can put them together ahead of time. We can, I mean, we
Mhm.
can put them in envelopes and get them ready to mail. And when that month hits, we can just throw them in the mailbox, So
Yeah.
Yeah.
help your future self because she'll be busy.
There's also a
Yeah.
lot of opportunities with like trunk or treats and things like that right now.
Mhm.
So I've got a big dollhouse that I found at Goodwill 2 years ago that's like a 4 foot wide by 3 foot high dollhouse. And so I brought that to an expo last year and we decorated it for Christmas, had a little Christmas tree in the living room and the whole thing, a little Barbie with her cookie tray in the kitchen and
Mhm.
lots of fun with that with a holiday expo. And then for the trunk or treats, my kids decided we're gonna decorate it for like a haunted house. So
Oh,
put
that's
that in the
cute.
back of my Jeep and decorate it for as a haunted house and hand out candy and stuff. And so I've got our epic banner I can put on the side of the van or whatever. And
Hey.
Nice.
so that's kind of fun too, being involved in those other community events and
Yes.
most of our trunk or treats, it's free to just show up. So
Yeah, that's a great idea.
put your name out there.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for coming, you guys.
It's
And I'll let
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
your next 20 minutes back. But yeah, I hope to just start and be consistent with this and it'll grow. And I'm totally open to feedback.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
chat me up. Let me know what would be helpful for you guys and your people. All right. Have a great day, weekend, all the things.
Okay.
Awesome.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.